Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, so recently all the Sword and Shield booster boxes have been moving. Vivid Voltage, I think, just sold out on the Pokemon Center. Battle Styles is not too far behind. We see Fusion Strike almost hitting $500. I think that $500 was a spot where investors and collectors decided, nah, that's a little too much. So it never really hit that 500. But like they went kind of crazy. They did go a little bit crazy. But I think there's probably some other stuff you can look at for the same price as some of these booster boxes. I mean, I'm big on the booster boxes. I know the Fusion Strike booster box will hit $1,000, in the next couple of years probably, and some of those other boxes are just going to perform very well. Even some of the Scarlet and Violet boxes, I know are just going to keep going up from now, the way the market is. But because being big on those, there's also other things that you can get in place of those. So let's start with the first alt art set. We're not going to look at like Sword and Shield base and all that stuff. Those sets are those boxes are just worth something because they're old, not because they're fire sets. But Battle Styles is actually a very nice set. They got a lot of flack, but it's a nice set. It's currently sitting at about $155.37. I don't think it's going to go much higher than that right now until it sells out, because it costs $143 plus tax. In my area it comes out to $158, so it's actually costs more to buy it off the Pokemon Center than the market value says right there. But instead of buying the Battle Styles booster box, you can actually buy the 151, the Violet Pokemon Center ETB. It comes with the Miraidon Pokemon Center stamped promo, which is about a $75 card by itself, just that card. And like I said, you can get that ETB for $150 or something like that. Maybe you can get it for a little bit cheaper. But that right there is, I believe, 100% is going to outperform a Battle Styles booster box. 10 years from now, that's going to be more expensive than a Battle Styles booster box. It's more limited. Battle Styles have printed it into the ground. There's so many of them, but with a limited item, with an awesome promo that's worth a lot of money, which that promo is going to be over $100 before the end of the year. So just alone, that promo carries that product. So instead of that Battle Styles booster box, I can also buy the Blastoise and the Venusaur SIR from 151. Two things I would rather have than a Battle Styles booster box. All right, so let's move on to Chilling Reign. Chilling Reign is currently sitting at $343.03. Instead of buying the Chilling Reign for $343.03 for $320, just buy the Blaziken. Just buy the Blaziken. I think they're going to perform probably the same, but there's going to be times where that Blaziken is going to jump really big while Chilling Reign booster box is sitting. And it almost feels like the Chilling Reign booster box has always been playing catch up with the Blaziken. So I think the Blaziken is going to outperform it. You can also buy the Bubble Mew for a little bit cheaper than Chilling Reign booster box, and Bubble Mew to me is going to outperform Blaziken. It's going to outperform that Chilling Reign booster box. I think that Bubble Mew is going to be a $500 card probably before the end of the year. Maybe it could be $600. And then also Greninja. Greninja, I don't think it's going to go up to $500 or $600 by the end of the year, but I think it's going to slowly climb, and it'll probably stay ahead of the Chilling Reign booster box once it passes it, because it's just right there. It's like $13 behind it. So instead of Chilling Reign, you can get any one of those big cards: Bubble Mew, Blaziken, or the Greninja. All right, moving on to Evolving Skies. This one's a little bit tough because Evolving Skies is Evolving Skies. This is this era's team up. So instead of that, you can get yourself a case of the 151 Pokemon Center ETBs. They got that Snorlax promo. Those are going for $350 each or something like that. So you can get a case of those, or you can get the 25 count case of the 151 booster bundles. 151 at this time in its life is actually outperforming Evolving Skies when Evolving Skies was just over a year old. It is outperforming Evolving Skies already. I mean, the Moonbreon is something else. It's kind of crazy, but 151 was always hard to find. You weren't getting 151 for under retail except for the UPC, which now the UPC is ridiculously crazy, and the Mew in there, the promo is ridiculously crazy, especially in a PSA 10. Okay, so but like I said, 151 is one of those things where if you're gonna skip on Evolving Skies, it's 151 or Prismatic Evolutions, and Prismatic is a little too new, so 151 is the only thing I would skip on pass on Evolving Skies for in an investability kind of standpoint, you know. So 151, you can get a case of the Pokemon Center ETBs, or you can get that bigger case of the 25 count of the booster bundles. All right, moving on to Fusion Strike. Fusion Strike is the one that's been going really hot. It kind of cooled off a little bit now. It's sitting at 476.48. For that price right there, I would go back to Team Up, and I would buy the Gengar Mimikyu GX Tag Team card. That card right now is up on the year about 78%, and it's a beautiful card. That's probably like my favorite card from Team Up. I like that better than the Latios. The Latios is $1,000 card for a reason. It's beautiful. It's you know, the little heart-shaped artwork. But the Gengar Mimikyu, you can get that. Oh, and I think that's going to keep on running up. The graph on this is just like straight up right now, straight up. And I don't see that card slowing down. Right now is the time for these cards to just pop off. I would rather have that Gengar Mimikyu over the Pikachu from Surging Sparks for that price. Like I said, it's sitting at $491 right now. Maybe you can get it for a little bit cheaper than that. Or maybe you have to pay a little bit more. But yeah, that Gengar Mimikyu is something I would take over the Fusion Strike. Or for the same price of the Fusion Strike booster box, you can get the top 4 hits from Paldea and Fates. You can grab the Bubble Mew, the Shiny Charizard, you can grab the Gardevoir, and the baby Shiny Pikachu. All 4 of those cards or the Fusion Strike. And I already know, I'm telling you, the Bubble Mew alone is probably going to outperform the Fusion Strike booster box in the short time. You know, 15 years from now, that Fusion Strike booster box might be ridiculously priced. But I think the Bubble Mew is like, there's something about that Bubble Mew that's crazy. And then you add in that Shiny Charizard, the Gardevoir that's undervalued, and the Shiny Pikachu, which is performing very well. You can get all 4 of the biggest hits from Paldea and Fates for the same price as a Fusion Strike booster box. All right, moving on to Brilliant Stars, sitting at $291.64. For that price, I'm just going to buy the Lugia Altar from Silver Tempest and forget about it. That Lugia, you compare it to what's going on with Scarlet and Violet right now, that Lugia from Silver Tempest, way undervalued. And I think it was because it was easier to pull because of all them God packs and stuff like that. But the God packs and all that stuff, that's going to go out of people's minds soon. And that Lugia is going to shoot up. That Lugia is undervalued compared to some of these other cards. It's way cheaper than the Greninja, way cheaper than the Pikachu, and it's cheaper than a lot of the cards from that just released from Prismatic Evolution. So grab that Lugia V Alt Art from Silver Tempest, or you can grab the Brilliant Stars booster box. Same price. Astral Radiance sitting at $228.45. For that price, $228.45. An Astral Radiance booster box. It's cool. I mean, the big hits that Machamp in there. There's a few other good cards. It's got probably one of the best Trainer Gallery cards with that Starmie. But instead of the Astral Radiance booster box, I'll go grab the Gold Giratina from Crown Zenith, or I can get the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved for the same price as an Astral Radiance booster box. And I think the Magikarp is going to outperform the Astral Radiance booster box in that, 4 or 5 year window. But in, again, Astral Radiance booster boxes over time, 10, 15 years, will probably be very expensive. So if you're in it for that long, booster box for sure. But if you're in it for that 3-4 year, grab the Magikarp, maybe, or the Gold Giratina from Crown Zenith. If you're only in it for like a year or two on that, go with those. All right, moving on to Lost Origin, the second best behind Fusion Strike. Evolving Skies is in its own team up category. We leave that over there. But Fusion Strike, then Lost Origin. Lost Origin, $383.19. I could buy the Leafeon VMAX from Evolving Skies, and I think all the cards from Evolving Skies are going to just continue to go crazy. So the Leafeon VMAX is worth about as much as the Lost Origin booster box, maybe a little bit less, or right around it. They're about the same price. Or I can get a 151 Pokemon Center ETB, just 151 Pokemon Center ETB for the same price as a Lost Origin booster box. Like I said, 151 is going to be nuts. The Pokemon Center ETBs in the future are going to be like an expensive booster box. They're performing like nobody thought. They were kind of stagnant for a little while, sitting around $100 for those, but now they're like getting close to $400 for a Pokemon Center 151 ETB. I'm big on those. I would take that over a Lost Origin booster box. All right, moving on to Silver Tempest. It's finally up to about 240.72. At that price, I'm going to buy the Sunzard from 151. I'm buying the Sunzard from 151, or I can get one Paldea Evolved Pokemon Center ETB, or one Obsidian Flames Pokemon Center ETB for the same price as a Silver Tempest booster box. I'm going with any one of those two Pokemon Center ETBs or the Sunzard. That Sunzard is going to be ridiculously priced. By the end of the year, it's probably going to be $400. Do we think the Silver Tempest booster box will be $400 by the end of the year? I don't think so. I think they're going to stall out a little bit. We might get a little boost up again in alt arts and all that, the booster boxes during tax season like last year, but we'll see. And I think that's the last one I wanted to go over right there. That was it, Silver Tempest. So yeah, I mean, let me know if what you guys think about the booster boxes and what else you can get. Because like I said, there's so many things. Every time I'm going to go buy something, I always look at what else I can get for that price. And then I almost always end up changing my mind. So yeah, changing my mind and getting something else. But anyway, yeah, I just want to make this video about what you can get for the price of the Sword and Shield booster boxes. A lot of different things you can put your money into, and then sometimes it's multiple things that I think sometimes those multiple things might outperform some of these booster boxes. But all right, man, that is the end of my video. I am out.